Bonjour, Wadje to everybody. My name is Adam Fiddler. I'm the Chief of Sandy Lake First Nation. This message is primarily for the people of Sandy Lake. Today is Thursday, July 21st. It's about almost 8 o'clock Sandy Lake time. And the purpose of this quick video is just to give you an information update about the situation in our community here in Sandy Lake. We are aware that our people are scattered throughout Ontario, and people are calling looking for information, and we just wanted to provide a brief update. We don't have all of the information yet, but we'll do what we can to give you a little bit of information. First of all, an update on the fire, the one that's the closest to the community. We got what we've been praying for. We got what we've been asking for. Last night we had rain, and today, this evening, we've just had some rain as well. So, and the air is pretty damp, and it's cool. So it's not one of those days where the fire will burn heavily or the fire will move quickly. Just to let you know, yesterday I went out to the fire that's the closest. I'm told that fire, Red Lake 58, is now about 4,400 hectares. It's not that big, but it's the fact that it's getting closer that was the concern. Yesterday it was the closest to the hydro plant, was 9 kilometers. And the report I got today was with the cool weather, the wet weather, the fire has not gotten any closer. However, we have to be careful. We have to recognize that it is still an active fire. The fire is not under control, and it does remain a threat to the community. The smoke is somewhat lifted. It's not as smoky. And according to the weather forecast, we're looking for, or we're expecting more of the same sort of wet weather for the next 3 or 4 days. But then again, the forecast changes fairly quickly. That doesn't mean that means we're not out of the woods yet. That means it's good for fighting the fire. There are crews that are going onto the fire, and they're working. They are putting a plan together on how to further attack the fire, and there are M&R crews out there. They will continue to work on the fire. One of the things, that's it for the fire at this point. Just to let you know, it's not as bad as it was a few days ago with the flames and the really thick smoke that people could see. So we're okay. I'm still in the community. Councillor Fabian Crow is still in the community. We have probably 20-25 people from Sandy Lake that are still here. Some people are working for M&R. We have somebody that's running the power plant so that we can continue to have hydro. We have somebody running the water treatment plant, and we have the police and Canadian Rangers. They're still helping to patrol the community. We think we got everybody out, but we're also aware that we had to forcefully take some people that they didn't want to go. The Canadian Rangers did a foot patrol last night. That probably will be happening again. There's a question of whether everybody has in fact left or not. But just to let you know, as of today, all of the people that boarded the Hercules aircraft, the total, according to the information that we have, is 1,725 that boarded the military aircraft. There were also probably several hundred people that left on their own, charters, skeds, and people that were out already that were supposed to be back home. There's a lot of people that were out for the summer, out with the kids' holiday. There's several hundred people out there. We know that the on-reserve population is roughly 2,500, 2,700 people. So the people that actually boarded the military aircraft and are registered as official evacuees at this point, probably around 1,725. Just to let you know, we are trying to get all of the information. At this point, we don't know where all of our people are. We have a list of the communities where people went to. The numbers that we have so far is that 265 people went to Sulakaut, 234 people are in Thunder Bay. In Ignace there's 55. In Greenstone, Geraldton, 278. In Long Lac there's 286. In Wawa there's 145. In Marathon there's 196. In Moosonee there's 121. And the last flights that left today, they got on a flight, went to Thunder Bay, and then boarded another flight from Thunder Bay to Toronto. And from Toronto, I'm not totally sure, but they're branching out to one or two or several communities in the Toronto area. We don't know where everybody is at this point, and because of the way the evacuation worked, first phase was the sick people and people with health problems, as well as children under the age of 1. So first phase went out. By the time the full evacuation was ordered, other people went out. So we know that there are people where the wife is in one location, the husband is somewhere else. The wife might be with the baby, and the rest of the kids are in another location. And people are calling us, they want to know where their relatives are, they want to know where their husband or their children are, or their parents. And at this point we don't have all that information. We are working with Indian Affairs. We are hoping that by tomorrow we can provide that information to you so that we can tell you where your close family member is. So the next stage after that is, once you know where your close family is, the focus is now going to be on reuniting families. It's a big burden on families, especially being out there in unknown situations. We know that families need to be together, so there will be a process put in place. We are not coordinating that, but what happens is you go to your host community, you try and track down, once you know where your family member is, there's a form you fill out, and we are asking for support to have you move to your family member or them come to you. So that has already started, and you can do that as soon as you know where your family member is. And again, we hope to know where everybody is by tomorrow. The other thing is, because we're in so many locations, we were not able to send even one band counselor to each location. But what the team did here when everybody left was they appointed team leaders or spokespeople. But even then, people split up once they got to Thunder Bay. So what we're hoping for is to have community representatives at each site. We want local contacts and local Sandy Lake people being on some kind of a patrol at each site, so that we can have a contact and we know how things are going at each site. And we want our people to help out, for people to go to for decisions, or they won't have the authority to make decisions on where to go and things like that, but just somebody, a contact that will then contact us. So we want to have Sandy Lake people that are sort of team leaders at each site, and we want to set that up once we find out who is actually at each community. We're getting a lot of calls, what's going to happen with social assistance, welfare. Plans are underway. Our social assistance administrator, David Fiddler, is working with Ontario Works, working with the province. We want to make sure that everybody gets their social assistance by the time the next social assistance one is supposed to be the one at the beginning of August. So when that time comes, we hope there's a plan for you to have your social assistance. We're also getting calls about family allowance that's in the mail, and also the old age pension checks that are in the mail. At this point, there's no mail coming into Sandy Lake. Those checks are not here. The Northern store is closed, the post office is closed, but we will be working with Canada Post to find a way to try and get those checks, once we know where you are, to make sure that they get to the right people. We don't know if that can be done or how that will look, but we want to help out in some way. So we'll let you know once that happens. So the update is we're doing well. The weather is in our favor. Right now we are not in any immediate danger of the fire hitting the community, but we're not out of the woods. It's still an active fire. If the weather turns warm and it clears up and it turns dry again, the fire is still there. It could flare up and pose that danger that caused this evacuation. So I'm asking everybody, please be considerate. I know it's stressful. It's hard for everybody. You don't know where your family is. You're in a strange situation. But please help each other out. As I said on the radio before you left, offer a hand. Ask your fellow community members, what can I do to help? I'm always really proud of the people of Sandy Lake. I'm always proud of you that when there's a crisis, you kick in and you help each other. Now is the time to be there to help each other. And don't contribute to the problem. Don't get involved in any illegal activities. Don't get involved in alcohol. Now is not the time. That will create too many problems. So be there, be helpful, be appreciative, be respectful, and do what you can to help each other out. We have been in discussions with MNR over a number of issues. One of the things right now is the MNR is coming up with options on a plan on what to do with the dogs and the pets that are still in the community. I have not had a chance again to go back to MNR, but those discussions have taken place. We want to do what we can to protect the animals and the pets that remain in the community. So on behalf of the council, I'm here with Councillor Fabian Crow and the rest of the people. At some point we'll let you know who's all here. You'll probably see that. But I want to say everything's okay here, and I hope you're all doing well. We'll find out where you are, and miigwits.